We're mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. It's the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming at foxsports1350.com and the iHeart app. I am excited, Eternal. We're going to jump right into it. You know, I've been a homeowner in the city of Fontana since 2005. The wife and I actually moved to Fontana. She moved in 98. We moved out into the area early on, and we have a caller, I believe, on the line. And I've watched this young lady. She was on the Fontana City Council, and then she went out and became supervisor. So is Supervisor Rutherford on the line?
I am here for you. I'm not much of a young lady anymore, but I'm here.
Well, we do appreciate you calling in bright and early this morning, and again, thank you so much for granting us this interview. We'll jump right into it if you don't mind. With all this going on with the COVID-19 pandemic, people are searching everywhere for information. Can you tell us the role of San Bernardino County Supervisor team, specifically the role in District 2 of the county?
So counties are arms of the state government. California created its 58 counties to implement laws and programs of the state. So first and foremost, we're required to follow the direction of the state. Secondly, we are then in a position to implement those rules, orders, and laws in the best way possible for the people of San Bernardino County. We have the discretion in terms of these public health orders to be stricter than the state, but we don't have the ability to be more lenient than the state. We have a public health department and a variety of health and human services that are implementing all of the reactions and responses. It comes down to everything from trying to get homeless people sheltered to making sure that our hospitals have access to the equipment they need, to creating alternative care sites so that if our hospitals are overloaded, we have other places for patients to go. It also involves standing up a recovery effort. So we are beginning to put together the teams to talk about how we reopen and then how we provide support to the local businesses and employees who've been affected by the closure orders.
Right.
So there's a lot of work involved, and it is countywide and incredibly challenging in such a large, diverse county. But we continue to have a staff that's working incredibly hard to make all these things happen.
Right. And again, we want to make sure that we salute and congratulate everybody for all their diligent work that's being done out there, because I know that you guys are hard at it. With the large population of San Bernardino County being the largest county in America, what is the county doing, and what are the challenges of mobilizing such a large county?
Well, our challenges are first making sure that we work really well with our 24 cities to help them understand what the orders are and the role that they can play in supporting their residents. But then, of course, getting all those services and messages out to the hundreds of thousands of people who don't live in cities and who get services and information directly from the county. Then, of course, dealing with, as I mentioned, the homeless population spread out over 20,000 square miles is also a challenge. It's not like we can just stand up one location to serve the homeless. We've got the West Valley and East Valley, where most of them are concentrated, but we also have folks without shelter who are in our mountains and deserts, and trying to make sure that they can stay safe since they don't have homes to stay in during the quarantine is challenging.
And once again, we are honored to have Janice Rutherford. She is the 2nd District Supervisor for the largest county in all of these great United States. Now, Supervisor Rutherford, you've worked tirelessly in the community. I follow you on social media. I see everything you do. I had a friend that did a walk on human trafficking, and you were so gracious to come out and speak. You give so much of your time at community events. I see you post. I saw something that was kind of disturbing to me. It was in LA County, but it's right up the street at Mount Baldy. And some people aren't getting the message that they need to stay out of the mountains because, just like you mentioned a moment ago, you're endangering the residents of the mountains. What are your message to these individuals?
Well, first, let me correct you. Mount Baldy is actually in San Bernardino County.
I'm sorry, I stand corrected.
It is split between the two counties. The county line goes right through the Mount Baldy village. So we work very closely with our LA County colleagues to provide services to Mount Baldy. That said, in comparing how people are treating Mount Baldy versus the San Bernardino mountains, there's really no comparison. Mount Baldy is being overwhelmed by visitors. I talked yesterday with the CHP and the Sheriff's Department who patrol up there. They wrote dozens and dozens of parking tickets just yesterday. And so they are going to be ticketing you if you come up and park illegally. The forest in Mount Baldy is closed. The Angeles Forest, National Forest Service has closed the forest over there. So you are not allowed to be in any of those facilities. What's really depressing, though, is the people who are coming up, even if they're obeying social distancing, and many of them are not, but even when they are leaving trash all over our beautiful community, right, all over the forest, and they're not taking out with them what they bring in. So what we need people to understand is that even though it's beautiful up there, and even though we want you to get out and exercise and have fresh air, we need you to do that in your own neighborhood. The people of Mount Baldy, the people who live there, want to get out and exercise in their own neighborhood. But if there are folks coming in who they don't know and they're not familiar with, then that creates a danger for them. And I hate to be the person spreading fear. I do not want to be that person. But, guys, this virus doesn't care who you are or what you look like or where your home is. We have to be good neighbors and keep each other safe. So for right now, for this weekend, even with beautiful snow in our mountains, please just stay home.
Absolutely. Janice Rutherford, Fox Sports 1350, Coach B and Eternal. Thank you so much for giving your time. One thing that, I live in the city of Fontana, and as I said, when I first met you, you were on city council, and I know you're meaning people leaving trash. Even when I go out, I live on the north side, you'll see people wear gloves and they just dispose of them and walk away. But one thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the city of Fontana. Fontana is the we spoke to Mayor Warren not too long ago, and she was saying that San Bernardino is on pace to become the largest city in the county. Now, I want to ask you about this. Oh, sorry, Fontana. Fontana is going to become the largest city in the county. I'm sorry. So I want to ask you, what is the impact of a city like Fontana? They said they have the second most cases in all the county, followed by Yucaipa.
Well, I'm looking at the list right now, and Fontana has sadly popped into first place. They have 133 cases in our latest count. The next second is Yucaipa with 119. Wow. Oh, sorry, San Bernardino 121, Yucaipa 119. So Fontana is ahead right now, which, given the population, makes sense. But it's also sad. Nobody wants to be number one in this country.
Right.
No, and that is no. Please.
And
continue.
I'll tell you, when I have been out driving around, practicing social distancing with my windows up, just to look at how communities are responding to the stay-at-home orders, I will tell you that what I see in Fontana is different than what I see in other West End cities. There is a lower level of compliance with social distancing and with face coverings. I don't know if there are folks in Fontana who just aren't getting the message, or I know there's certainly a level of economic desperation. A lot of these businesses are mom-and-pop shops. They don't have alternatives. They feel like they have to stay open, and I understand that. But as you can see from the numbers, it's having an effect on people's health.
Absolutely.
And again, thank you so much. Again, we have Supervisor Rutherford on the phone here. And as we close out, many residents, not only in the county, but in the entire nation, are scared. If I would like to ask you, what can we do as Americans to help slow and defeat COVID-19 and this horrible epidemic?
Look, we are the greatest country in the history and on the face of this earth. We have more creativity and ingenuity and spirit and pride and capability here than anywhere. We are going to get the best of this disease. But what we can do right now is help those folks in our nation who are on the front lines in the research and in the treatment. We need to give them room and time to do the great work that they're going to be able to do. We've seen some of the ingenuity already. Our doctors and nurses are coming up with better and better ways to treat this as every day passes. And we have some businesses that are doing incredible jobs coming up with innovations that are helping us deal with the disease and live in quarantine. We're going to get the best of this, but it's going to take a little bit of time. And what we really need to do right now is to please stop pointing the finger of blame and being so political and turning this into a huge ideological fight. What this is about is the simple American principle of taking care of each other. We are called to love our neighbors, and right now that means that we love them from a distance, that we stay home, that we cover our faces, that we practice social distancing, that we practice excellent hand hygiene.
Right.
Those simple steps, as hard as I say simple, they're simple things to do, but they're getting harder and harder as time passes.
Yes, indeed.
We're all getting a little stir crazy staying in our houses.
Right.
But the longer we are able to do that, and that we can do that with love and compassion and not turn it into a huge battle, the better off we're all going to be. We have the opportunity here to learn from this crisis, to come out of this stronger and better and more resilient and more capable, to teach this upcoming generation. I mean, I have 2 young boys, almost 13 and 10, who are going through this at home. Their generation is going to be shaped by this.
Right.
And the lessons that I want them to learn are positive ones. I want them to see how they can help and support each other and apply learning to a problem and conquer it. I want them to see America at its best in this.
Absolutely.
And so let's stop criticizing each other and nagging each other and getting on social media and spreading the silly rumors and conspiracy theories. Let's just love one another through this and then use our incredible American spirit to solve the problem.
Absolutely. And I talked about this before. I was born and raised in LA County, but I live in San Bernardino County now, and we wanted to reach out to our local elected officials and give you guys a voice and a message, because what's going on and what they're doing in Los Angeles is great, but we as Inland Empire population and residents, we want to know what's important to the Inland Empire. So we thank you for taking a moment to educate us on, first, for Mount Baldy. I didn't realize that Mount Baldy was both. But it also, thank you for taking time in the morning. I know you have a lot going on. This is a pandemic, and you're so involved and so engaged. And I just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for you giving a call in this morning, Supervisor Rutherford.
Anytime, Brian. Appreciate the opportunity. If anyone needs more information, sbcounty.gov/COVID will get you to our latest information.
Our sbcounty.gov/BOSD2 if you want to get more information on Supervisor Rutherford.
That'll work too.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brian.
You have a great day.
Thank you.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
So, she was she's a resident of Fontana. She was on Fontana City Council from 2001 to 2010, and now she's been on the Board of Supervisors from 2010 to present. She is a Highlander. So she got her bachelor's from the University of California, Riverside.
Okay.
So that is really, really good to see. So she is a local. So are we ready to take a commercial break?
Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then when you come back, now, Coach B, when we come back, we're not done here. We have quite a bit on the Barbie today, right? We had the Boys and Girls Club calling in.
Yes, sir. I was about to say you had me a barbecue. I was about to say.
I saw that look on your face.
I was like, huh?
He said, I'm like, hey, look, like you said, everybody's going a little stir crazy right now. So we would love some barbecue. But again, I know when we come back, don't move a muscle. We have a lot of good stuff. Raising Cane's, who has been a great supporter.
Yes, sir.
Huge supporter of what we're doing. So we want to make sure we get them on. And then we also, again, we have the good folks from the Boys and Girls Club, Riverside and San Bernardino, Riverside and Redlands, more importantly. They're going to be on, and they're doing some really great stuff. We've been partnering with them for quite some time. And again, that's what we've been really doing on this. A lot of people have been asking us, like, hey, what's our mission right here? We talked to ourselves internally and said, when we come back, and again, thank you to everybody here at the brass at the station here, 991 Fox Sports Radio, iHeartRadio, for Kid J in particular. For allowing us to get back here on air to serve the people. But what we said when we got back on air, we're going to be a voice to some of the people that have been supporting us. Janice Rutherford has always supported us. As you mentioned, Mayor Aquanetta Warren has supported us. We had CIF on. We had Feeding America on. These are all people that really do a great job of servicing the Inland Empire, Riverside, and San Bernardino County. Coach
Right.
G.
So Todd Graves will be calling up from Raising Cane's in a moment, and P.T. McEwen from Boys and Girls Club. So you ready to take a commercial break?
Let's do this, brother.
Let's go ahead and do this. You're listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports, AM 1350.
You're listening to IESportsnet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Score Sports. That's SCORESPORTS.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
You know, one thing that I love is my daughter and I just had Daddy and Daughter Day, and we went to Stonefire Grill. And I'll tell you right now, I love the tri-tip, and you were saying that you loved what?
I'll take the potatoes.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the absolute best. You know what that's got me thinking about?
I don't.
It's got me thinking about lunch.
Oh, wow.
Thinking about what to eat for dinner or lunch, you can't go wrong with a freshly prepared, simply delicious meal from Stonefire Grill. Bring home our fresh from scratch salad, pizza, pasta, signature tri-tip, oh my God, chicken and more.
Visit your neighborhood Stonefire Grill in Rancho Cucamonga in the Terra Vista Town Center on the corner of Haven Avenue and Foothill Boulevard, or skip the line and order ahead. Go to stonefiregrill.com for easy pickup and delivery options.
I tell you this, when we did the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame for 2 years in a row, they fed all of our people. And you know where me and my daughter went this past weekend?
Where'd you go?
Stonefire Grill.
Box combo, please. At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Since 1952, ThinkWise Credit Union has served education professionals and families in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. ThinkWise gives back to the community with financial education and support to local schools and organizations. Join us today to experience a safe and comfortable alternative to banking that gives back. ThinkWise Credit Union. You'll feel good about what we can accomplish together. Visit our website at thinkwisecu.org. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender, qualified members only.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside. The iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the by the Riverside Sheriff's Association. when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts to stop here. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here. Make sure we are also streaming on foxsports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app. I hear it. So we are excited. We had a quick commercial break. We are coming back in, and we are so gracious. We are so thankful that we had Janice Rutherford call in this morning, and she gave us some great information on the what's going on in the county of San Bernardino. And like we said, this is our second week doing the wall. We are not doing the wall, but doing the board. We're learning it. We're getting it under. But I said this before, and I'm born and raised in LA County. Was born in the city of Bellflower. Lived in Compton. Spent some time in Downey. But I think when you think of the largest county in these great United States of America, it is San Bernardino County, and it's Riverside County is right next to them. You want to start getting a message and getting the local people the information a little bit more about the local market. So it's good to see what Janice Rutherford, and you said you knew that Mount Baldy was San Bernardino County and LA County?
Okay, so how it works, and the only reason I know Mount Baldy is San Bernardino County is because, again, I spent a lot of time. Remember I told you I was in the Scouts? So big shout out to all the Boy Scouts out there. But yeah, I know we used to go up there, and I remember that they did mention that it is a part of LA County, but it's like on the back end of Mount Baldy, like on the back. So like when you say Mount Baldy, it's originally considered San Bernardino County.
Interesting.
However, just past it, or even like maybe on the back perimeter of it, there's LA County right there. So it's in terms of how that county line works, I'm not really privy to it, but I just know, like, generally speaking, when you say Mount Baldy, it's the San Bernardino County thing.
Right. Well, that's good to know, because I know they were reporting it on the news as if it was LA County.
Well, again, see, that's why we out here trying to get the information to the people.
Absolutely. So we're excited, man. Like I said, you had me at food. But we're excited because we're going to have calling in a moment. We're going to have the founder of Raising Cane. He's going to call in about 30 minutes past the hour. But one thing that I was excited about, and I saw this on the news last night, and as you know, my son BJ is a senior this year, and the high schools at 8:20. Now I don't know how versed you are with military time, but 8:20 is 2020 military time.
Okay.
So at 8:20 p.m., I should say 8:20 p.m., they've been running the lights in the football stadiums for 20 minutes in honor of class of 2020.
Yeah, I saw that, and I thought that was real slick. I didn't really get the complete details of what was happening. I just knew that, like whatever they were doing, because again, I just noticed that all the schools were doing this thing, like where they were putting the lights on. And again, whatever we can do for the class of 2020. I mean, we had the gentleman on from CIF. We had Rob on, who is the commissioner of athletics. And, and again, he couldn't even really, it's a difficult time. So all we can really do is just say, just give our blessing to the class of 2020 and do whatever we can to try to, that's going to be a class that it's like historic.
Right.
In terms of like how they're going to be gauged and what their life is going to be like. Because it's going to be a situation like, not even when we think about graduation, but we think about prom, so, like you mentioned, your son is involved in spring athletics. So all that is going to be, is canceled. And then, then school is just a large part, just that camaraderie you get at school. I know school was a big thing for me. Again, all the people that you're engaged in, a lot of people engaged in, in a whole bunch of an assortment of different, baseball, softball. So it's really, really crushing for those kids that are class of 2020, because again, you don't get that back. So
yeah, and the unfortunate thing about it, I just so happened to be looking through my yearbook the other day, and we've ordered my son's yearbook. And he's sitting there looking through it, and he's like, "Oh, you guys got signatures in your yearbook." And those are the little things like that.
Oh yeah, that was like a big deal. You
know,
you got all your signatures, and everybody kind of left these weird notes in there. You would go back and read the next day, like, "Oh, you really said that?"
Or you read them 20 years later. And then the funny thing is, back then everybody was putting phone numbers in your yearbook. Now it's going to be your @ sign, your Instagram, your chat, your TikTok, and all that.
And just think about that. Whose phone number is like the number is still active right now? You know what I mean? Like you could call them and be like, "Hey, is Billy there?"
Right. Well, the thing with Downey is, so when we moved there, it was 213. Then it became 310, and now it's 562. So I think when I was in high school, I think it was a 310 area code. So you would, so none of those numbers would work now.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to tip my cap. I'm sure you caught this on the news. I want to tip my cap to the WNBA. Speaking, giving a little bit of sports. I don't know if you had a chance to catch it, but the WNBA, Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant's daughter, Gianna, she was an honorary pick in the WNBA draft.
I did see that, and again, kudos to the WNBA. I mean, it was they did a really good job yesterday. Obviously, it's probably one of the more hyped drafts because that special young lady out of Oregon that got drafted. It was like about 4 players from Oregon that were really talented that got drafted, if I'm not mistaken. But I know the point guard. But no, it was really great to see that extension, that camaraderie that the ladies showed in honoring Kobe. Gianna Bryant. I thought that was really slick.
Right, and two additional young ladies that were unfortunately perished in the crash were honored as well. So as you know, Kobe Bryant was on his way to the Mamba Academy,
right?
And they were in the process of playing games. So we still want to. We send our condolences to the Bryant family. It never gets easier. It absolutely never gets easier. So, but it's an interesting year. It's a very interesting year. And one thing with us, and we held on as long as we could, and we tried to see if we could do the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame gala. And now with the direction of the governor, I don't know if you caught it, Governor Gavin Newsom is saying he doesn't see any large events happening for the rest of this year. So unfortunately, this year we are going to postpone the honors gala. But the executive, I sent a picture to the executive board. Did you get a chance to see those medals?
I did see the medals. I got a little emotional, man. I thought it was a great thing. I'm like, we want to get those out to those kids and let them know we're thinking about them, and I thought that was a really great extension, man. So we're really excited to make sure that we get those medals out. They look excellent too. So
absolutely. So those are and I just thought about it. Supervisor Rutherford sent a certificate for every player that's going to be honored in the Hall of Fame Sports Gala. If you're not familiar with the gala, what it is we take kids who have a 3.0 or above, and they're all league, first, second, or third team, or even honorable mention, and they're doing something impactful in the community. We took 10 of them, and we were honoring those kids. They were class of 2020. And then we got them a nice medal. Supervisor Janice Rutherford got them a certificate. So as you mentioned, we'll get a hold of every high school coach that was going to be a part of it. And in the Hall of Fame, we had confirmed 4 of the Hall of Fame members were going to come out and just be there and then be honored. We'll have to postpone it. We'll do it again next year. But like you said, one thing, I had this conversation with my son. He was born in 2002, class of 2020. And you think of his generation, this is Gen Z.
Right.
Like I said, that's the second generation that tried to be like us because we were Gen X. Because you had Gen Z, Y.
Right. It's starting to
X, Y, Z.
It's starting to get a little calculus.
Yeah, they're trying to be like us. But, his generation was first shaped by the Great Recession.
Right, true.
Because my son, we were talking, he was looking through one of his yearbooks from elementary school, and he said a lot of these kids aren't there anymore because their parents unfortunately lost their homes.
Yeah.
And probably moved to different areas.
2008 was crazy.
And now the coronavirus pandemic. So, you think of those are things that, as kids, we never went, we didn't go through Vietnam. We didn't do all that. So our generation never really had anything like that.
Yeah, so it is really tough in terms of just trying to prepare yourself. But as Supervisor Rutherford was saying, we now it's our turn to step up as adults. We now have to set the lead the way in terms of how we conduct ourselves with this. So if we're all if she say if this is what she was saying, if we're being subject to posting information on there that's not really helpful, that doesn't really help anybody out right now.
Absolutely.
To me, I don't really understand that at all. I think right now, everybody, a lot of people are suffering. So you don't want to contribute to that by saying a whole bunch of nonsense right now. Real quick though, I want to give a shout out to IE Spots. That's always, you can always check them out on Twitter. He was saying it was great to hear Supervisor Janice Rutherford this morning. He had a question. He was saying, is there going to be any?
Actually, she.
Oh, I do apologize. Thank you. Clean that up for me real quick, Coach B. Look, so we're a little off today, but we're gonna get it together. But at any rate, she was requesting if there's any additional testing centers in West County, and what I would make sure that you do is we will submit questions to Ms. Rutherford, and then we'll make sure we correspond. But you can also reach out to her on Twitter as well. I believe her handle is associated with our link. So please make sure you do that. And thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, so go to, if you want to get her link, go to Twitter and go to @IESportsNet. Even our Instagram, you'll see her link on there if you want to contact her directly. And we talked about this earlier. For anybody out there suffering, for anyone that needs to feed their family, and we had them on last week, Feed America Riverside. Go to feedingamericaie.org.
Right.
That's feedingamericaie.org. And they are doing great things in the community. They are helping. We know people are struggling. We know people are suffering. Not everyone works a job that you can stay at home. As you know, my wife is a healthcare provider.
Right.
And she is not able to stay at home. So every day she's in the hospital.
On the front line.
Yes, she is. She's on the front lines, and she's out there helping. So by all means, go to that website and make sure you get it. Have you gone to the Feeding IE, feedingamericaie.org website? Did you know we were on the page?
Oh. Well,
yeah. If you go onto their website, we are actually on the page.
Well,
that's great to hear.
We got to make sure. Again, that's Stephanie Otero, excuse me. We had her on the line. She was the president and CEO, if I'm not mistaken. That's what her title was. And again, they're doing some really great stuff. I want to make sure that I saw that they were doing something, and I think we retweeted it. But they're really doing some really great stuff. I mean, again, we're referencing Feeding America IE, Riverside and San Bernardino. And oh yes, here they are right here. So real quick, and this is happening right now. So today is the 18th. So join us, and again, this is from their post. You can feed them. You can find them on Twitter at Feeding IE, and again, that's at Feeding IE. And right now, from 8:30 to 11, for emergency drive-through distribution at the Galleria at Tyler, and again, that's at 1299 Galleria at Tyler, Riverside, California 92503. And again, that's Galleria at Tyler 1299 Galleria at Tyler, Riverside, California 92503. And you want to make sure that you enter on Magnolia Avenue, and they're saying right now traffic rules are strictly enforced. But again, right now you can go there, and it's an emergency drive-through food distribution, a pop-up spot right now where you can get food for the Riverside area right now. I know a lot of folks, if you've seen the news, there's just lines right now of people that's trying to get food. So again, right now it's a tough time. Everybody didn't get their check or what have you. Even if they did get a check, a lot of people are still need money, so need help. So again, make sure that you guys do that. If you guys need food right now, it is happening. Currently, it started at 8:30. It's going to go all the way up until 11. And again, it's an emergency drive-through food distribution. It's a pop-up at the Galleria at Tyler. And again, make sure you guys go check them out. That's the good folks over at Feeding America IE. So, Coach B, it looks like we have a caller on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Be Heard hotline. Caller, please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
Hey, this is Todd Graves, founder, chairman, CEO, and fry cook, Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Wow.
One love.
Sir, thank you so much, sir, for making yourself available. You guys do such a great job. You guys have supported us. And first thing first, we want to say thank you for making up the time today to get it started. So thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. And again, so before we get started, we want to give our audience some background on your connection to Southern California. You actually worked in California for some time, and you raised the money you need to get Raising Cane's open. Talk to us about that process and how that worked for you.
I did actually. California has a special spot in my heart. When I wrote this business plan in college, got the worst grade in the class. And then I went to the banks and with that same business plan, and they said the same thing that college professor did. Said, you want to serve a just chicken finger meal in South Louisiana. We're known for our Cajun Creole food. We just don't think that's going to work. But I wasn't discouraged, and I actually got a job working as a boilermaker in different refineries in L.A., actually in El Segundo, where you fly in LAX. You can see the big refinery right there. And worked as a boilermaker, and from there I actually met another boilermaker who told me about the Alaskan fishing trade, and I went up and fished in Alaska. And then between working in the refineries in Southern California and working in Alaska as a commercial fisherman, I raised enough money to open the first Raising Cane's.
And that's a good story. And, that's before I get into my question, first of all, I want to say thank you because I have 3 teenagers and they never are happy, never excited, never want to go anywhere. And I remember, true story, when we went to our first Raising Cane in Riverside, they didn't say a word. And I knew that Dad did a good job by taking them to Raising Cane. So I just want that to be known. That sauce is amazing. But right now, Todd, people in America and the world are scared of the COVID-19. When we go out in Southern California now, we're required to wear face coverings. But Raising Canes are open. And like you said, let's scream it from the mountaintops. But what steps? Because a lot of times people are saying they don't want to go to certain places. But let everyone know, what are you doing as a company to keep your staff and customers safe during these times?
Yeah, it's we're always really serious about, not cross-contaminating, keeping everything sanitized very well, basically delivering the food-safe product to our customers. I take it very personally. This is my baby, and my crew is my family. And so we feed, in this industry, feed people's children, and that's a big responsibility. So we're always very serious about food safety. But with this virus and the way it spread so quickly, is we had to become uber focused on it. I mean, new sanitization procedures, being so focused on that. We wash our hands all the time. Now we wash them constantly. Wearing gloves, social distancing, making sure you're wearing your face mask. Actually, we use bandanas. Our crew thought that was a cooler idea. And now we have some neck gaiters coming in next week. But then it's just constantly reminding of that. And also, too, just simple things. Right? Before every shift, our managers talk to our crew members and ask us how they feel. Are you feeling sick? That's one thing. We have a bunch of very tough people that work in the restaurant business, and a lot of them will work when they don't feel well. Well, you can't do that with COVID. You can't come in and expose your customers or other crew members to it. And we've had a lot of success with it. And also on top of all that, we have the drive-through format. You can actually hand that food out the window to you, arms extended, and proper social distancing. And so we just serve a good need right now. We can serve people food and get through this.
Absolutely. And Todd, you're a huge sports fan. One of the missions of Raising Canes, we first became involved with you because one of the youth teams we have on the Riverside Rams, Raising Canes, had been gracious with them. But one of your missions is to give back to youth sports. And like you're trying to say, we want to thank you because the donation that was made by Raising Canes to our nonprofit, the Inland Valley Classic, has helped us be able to fund our annual college scholarship for high school students in the area. I want to ask you, why is it so important for Raising Canes to be involved in sports, youth sports, or any sports in particular?
Well, starting with me being a sports fan, and I know I'm just as nervous as you guys are about what we're going to do with all our fall sports. Oh man, we need that. But for me, it comes down to how do you support your communities in a great way, and one of those ways for me is active lifestyles. And so, let's look at it. Raising Cane's meal is delicious, right? But I use the great ingredients with that. But it's a higher calorie meal, and we believe that's okay to have in moderation. But you have to be active. You have to be out, losing calories, stretching, playing ball in whatever way is better for you to be active. We're in support of it, and obviously sports are a great way to do that and to set up people. To set these kids for a lifetime of better health and wellness.
Yeah, and again, we have Todd Graves, founder of Raising Canes.
One love
right there, live on air. Thank you so much for making up the time. And speaking of community, our nonprofit, the Inland Valley Classic, was very fortunate to have the opportunity to give away turkeys at 2 of the Raising Canes locations, one in San Bernardino, one in Riverside. And the staff let us know that giving back was one of your core missions. Why is the community and serving the community so important to you, sir?
Well, it goes back to how hard it was for me to start this restaurant. My biggest blessing in all of this was I just didn't have the money to do it, and starting out. So I had to work so hard for it. We talked about working as a boilermaker in refineries in L.A. and that commercial fishing. And so when I opened that first restaurant, I was just thrilled when customers came in. They were fueling my dream, and thrilled about my crew members that were working so hard for me. And then I would see community groups come in and support me. They knew how hard I was working trying to make this restaurant a success. Let's say it was the LSU band or the faith-based group. So for me, I just never lose that appreciation for my community. And so for me, it's just a privilege to be in a position now to give back and give back in a big way.
And then I have a question for you. Now, I was blown away. I read your op-ed on RaisinCanes.com. That's RaisinCanes.com. And within your message, not only did you educate me on the work that Raising Cane is doing, but you also mentioned another restaurant, how they were providing eggs, chicken, and baking mixes to help support their customers. Now, you're a huge public figure. Do you believe that it's important for you to use your platform, if it's not your restaurant helping, just to get anyone who's hurting to help them feed their family in these times?
Yes, sir, I do. You know, I know how hard it is to start a restaurant, and then I know how hard it is to keep a restaurant open. And, you know, a lot of people don't know this. You know, restaurants do high volumes and make very small margins. And so thank goodness that we have our drive-thrus open to have that format to serve our customers. You know, originally, right off the bat, when COVID started, we went down 30%, which means we're bleeding a lot of cash. We're just burning through it. But these other restaurants that don't have a drive-thru, some of them went down to 90% in sales overnight, and they just don't have a lot of room. And it's really hard to save a bunch of cash in restaurants. You know, like some of them live week by week and month by month and serve you a great product and have great team members, and they employ a lot of people, but they don't have a lot of room. So for me, is just getting the word out. You got to support your local restaurants, or they won't make it, and they will have to let their crew members go, and they won't have employment. And so supporting them any way you can. You know, if you trust their procedures, doing CDC guidelines, they're going to deliver you a food-safe product, you can call in orders, and they can bring it out to your car, touchless. Literally, you can call in a credit card number, and they can bring it out to your car. Or if you don't feel like going to some of these restaurants now, if you're in a position, buy some gift cards. Right. You know, I bought so many gift cards in my hometown of Baton Rouge because I know in the next 12 months I'm going to go to these places. So I'm just thinking, what can I do now to buy some gift cards to give them some much-needed cash flow?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you know, one of the events, as we said, our 501(c) nonprofit, the Inland Valley Classic, is something that Raising Canes has really supported us with and really helped us out. I actually have the game that we were going to have this year. It was postponed, but we have Raising Canes custom basketball jerseys, and we have to get you one.
I'm about to say, we got to send you one. Hopefully
it gets to you. Yeah. But we had the jerseys that we wanted to send to you. Now, you don't have to give us an answer now. But you said you're a sports junkie. We're sports junkies. Our high school games are huge fundraisers for our scholarship. We've been impacted this year. But, you know, Raising Cane, as we said, you were the title sponsor of our Riverside County game. And the jerseys had the logo on the front. Even had One Love. I was so excited. But we're working on the state game for 2021. We'd love to get Raising Canes involved. You don't have the answer now. We get it. I know you're busy. But we would love to have Raising Canes involved with that game. And we thank you so much for everything that you've done.
And let me tell you something. What's the young lady's name that was helping us out before? I mean, her name is beside me right. Raising Canes has just been phenomenal.
Crystal.
Yes, and so
and Crystal Miller's been partner with y'all. So we appreciate that. That's what we should do, and we think you're doing great things. And of course, we're going to be involved with the game.
Thank you.
Coming up.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And again, we want to give this moment to you right now. If you want to give a message out to, because there's a lot of folks listening right now who are probably great fans and love your food. But if you want to give anybody a message right now of encouragement right now to the Fox Sports Radio audience, please go ahead and do so.
Well, thanks for that opportunity. One, I'd really like to do a shout-out for my crew, all of my hard-working team. They never wavered. They went to work. They kept themselves safe, and they kept our customers safe and continue to do so. We're an essential business, and we need to be open to serve our public, and we also need to keep our business bringing in cash flow so we can keep everybody employed.
Right.
When we started this whole thing, we said no crew left behind. And my crew was not only showing up and being even more focused and working hard than we ever have, taking care of our crew and our customers. But they have kept a smile on their face, and they're always been friendly in the drive-thru, but now they're especially friendly because they know, man, it might be every third person might have lost their job coming through drive-thru,
Right.
So they really responded. So I appreciate it. I got a lot of my crew members listening, and we're going to show the recorded across our whole system. So thanks for letting me praise that great group of groups of mine.
There it is, right there. And again,
Todd Graves, the founder of Raising. Before I gotta have a dad moment,
please.
Can you please, Mr. Graves? My daughter loves Raising Canes. Can you give her a shout out, Brianna Arrington? Just give her a shout out, please.
Well, I'd love to do. I'd love to send you guys some gift baskets and spread it out, especially to your daughter. We love our Caniacs.
There it is right there. Well, thank you so much. So we appreciate it. And again, Tom Graves on right there. Folks, continue to go out there and hook up and make sure you guys support this great business. There you go. When I say they support the community, we are testaments, and we have a testimony about how they continue to keep helping us. So you guys are doing a great job. Anytime you want to get a message out, don't hesitate to give us a call.
Thank you very much. You guys stay strong.
Thank you. And I'm going to be Dad of the Year. I talked to the founder of Raising Cane's and my daughter, Brianna. Give her a shout out. She will be super duper excited about that.
There it is right there. And let me tell you something. The show doesn't stop right there. And again, we're live right here on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350, Coach B and Eternal. And when I say we have had a huge show, Coach B, we were not playing. We have another special guest calling in on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Be Heard hotline. Caller, if you would be kind enough to please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
Hi, good morning. This is P.T. McEwen, the president and CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Redlands, Riverside.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We appreciate you taking out the time to make yourself available to go ahead and talk to us today. Again, we've been really excited about what you guys are doing. I know that you had a call to action for folks to donate, and Coach B and myself, we make sure that we jumped right on that opportunity. So again, hopefully our contribution helped out. But the first question I wanted to jump into, the Boys and Girls Club is deeply rooted in the community. Talk to us about how you guys are helping families in need and providing groceries in this pandemic.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we actually are in many locations or many cities and communities here in the Inland Empire, and when this came about, obviously we had to do the shelter-in-place order, and so we started shutting down operations, and we quickly pivoted. We said, okay, what's the need? We saw that school districts were doing started doing grab-and-go meals, and then we realized it was breakfast and lunch. So we said, okay, what do families do for dinner and on weekends? And so that's when our team sprung into action. And just a little bit, I can tell you when we first started looking at this, when the economy's doing well, 86% of the kids we serve are low income. And when this crisis came about, it just kind of devastated those families. And so, some of the basic needs is how do you feed your family? And so that's how we decided to fill that void and help with that need and started providing those dinners and weekend meals. It's our family support meal gap service.
Absolutely. And again, we appreciate all you've done and what you've helped people out. Now, the meals that you are providing to local families, how does one qualify? Does a family have to be a part of the Boys and Girls Club? Do you have to register, or is this open to the public?
Yeah, well, quickly it's open to the public. But when we first started, we immediately contacted all the club members that were in that 86% that were low income, and quickly identified the ones that were in great need. And so that's when we started the service. Fortunately, we've had some great response from partners and supporters and donors, and so we've been able to expand that to anyone who would like to, who's in need of food. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is you can call our 800 number. It's 888-822-6535, and you can talk to one of our staff members there, and they'll help put you on the list and assign you a pickup time for groceries.
And I know that you've reached out to several community partners to help get groceries out that you'll be providing to families. If one wants to get involved or donate, and again, just to make sure that however they want to get involved or just donate stuff, food, how do they get in contact with you?
Well, again, I would call the 800 number. Again, that's 888-822-6535.
Got it.
And then go from there. There's many ways. We've had individuals and corporate partners who've dropped off, they've obviously mailed in checks or whatnot. We've had some that dropped off groceries, even gift cards to local establishments where our staff and team can go and purchase what's missing in those meals that we're providing, because usually sometimes you have gaps. We've had some, like maybe not enough bread, and so we need to fill out the bread or something like that, and so things.
Absolutely. And I hear your computer in the background, so I know you're always working.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Hey,
let me tell you something.
It's
We
an
understand.
important time right now. This is a world pandemic, and the work never stops. But I'll ask you, how has the response from the community been? Are you able to find partners in the community that have been able to assist you in this cause?
Yeah, I really have to give a shout out to some of our big partners that responded really quickly. Were actually some of the healthcare and hospitals. Molina Healthcare was one of the first. We said, "Hey, this is a need that we've identified." They immediately sent a check. Kaiser Permanente, Inland Empire Health Plan, Anthem Health, all of them immediately helped out in some way with this process. And then as we went on, we identified others. I do have to do I think it's Wednesday nights is our pizza night, thanks to the Domino's Pizza throughout the region here. Their district manager is providing pizzas for all the families, so that's always nice when they come to do pickups. So that's always a nice thing. But that's how it kind of started and snowballed from there. With all those partners, and then of course other individuals and other businesses started sending in help and support financially.
I have a question for you, and I know we're talking about what the families are getting and what the families need, but I'll ask you, and this is your moment to let everyone know listening to our show, what does because you're located in Redlands and you cover Redlands and Riverside County,
the greater Redlands and Riverside.
Right. Then what does the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Redlands Riverside? What do you need? If you could speak to anyone in the community.
Well, what do we need? I would probably say that food is still an ongoing need. We had, if there's, when people go shopping, you say, you know what, I'm going to stick some extra cans of this in there, buy a couple of those, extra of those, and drop those off. Our administrative offices are in Redlands, but we're doing these meal pickups and some food services in several different cities. There's 6 different communities that we're actually providing in right now. But our administrative offices is where everything's being coordinated with our team there.
And again, you can.
So that's. Go ahead.
No, please. No, please. Wait, this is your time.
Well, but that's kind of that's really food is still a need. If you don't want to get out or you're still sheltering in place and you're fine, you can always send a check in. You can go to the website. There's an address there, or you can do it online. Credit card over the line. The website is begreatie.org. That's begreatie.org.
And we really hope the community does do some great things and continues to make sure we help you guys. And again, if you guys ever want to get a message out, feel free to make sure you contact us. We love what you guys are doing over there, and we know that you guys are supplying the need to the community.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to say, hey, this is what's happening in the community. And again, we are trying to focus on those that are in greatest need. Those low-income families that are having a hard go at it, and at the same time, I did have to say, besides the food, our operations team also started doing activity packs and things. We started doing we had donations of board games and whatnot, and so we started putting those into place.
Nice.
And so there's activities when you pick up your food. There's an activity bag in there for the kids, a bunch of things, game nights with the family, and things that the kids can do. So kind of helps them pass the time, especially if you are in a single apartment, with a couple people there. That could be really tough in tight quarters, and so we just want them to be safe and healthy, not only physically but also mentally and emotionally.
Absolutely.
So we provide those activity packs
with the mental health going on. And before you go, I know we're pressed up against the hour, but if anyone wants to get involved, anyone wants to help, is there a website? Is there a phone number? Or how should they get in contact with you?
Yes, I'll do both real quick. The phone number again is 888-822-6535. And the website is www.begreatie. That's begreatie.org.
And thank you.
Begreatie.
Thank you again for taking out the time to talk to us. Really appreciate it, and keep up the great work that you guys are doing over there. And again, we're a partner. We want to make sure that we continue to assist you, okay?
No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
There it is, right?
Thank you. And tell Mark we said thank you for coordinating this interview.
There it is right there. Take care, sir.
Mark Norman, thank you. Bye.
All right, there it is right there. And as you mentioned, Coach B, again, the show, look, we have to say, thank you, everybody, for this bearing with us. We know, it's not as smooth, as it normally is because, Coach B and I are perfectionists of it. We're coming in here, we're making sure we serve the people.
Yes.
And it's just he and I just trying to make sure we navigate this. So again,
Fox Sports 1350, Coach being eternal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then continue, our audience continue to work with us. We appreciate that. We just want to make sure that we're continuing to get the information out to the great folks. Coach B, what a show today, man.
Yes, it is. And like you said, because of everything going on in the world, there have been some adjustments to the station. So we are running the board now. We were throwing all in. But, hey, whatever it takes to get this done. We know, IE Sportsnet, everyone is hungry for sports. Everyone wants to know what's going on in the sports. But we, Eternal Line, know it's something bigger going on right now in the world, and we want to be the conduits of information. We know there's families out there that are hurting right now, and we want to make sure that we can assist them in any way that we can. And we want to make sure that if you're hungry, if you need something, make sure you go to our website, iesportsnet.com. Go to our social media. We're always posting stuff. Everything, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even TikTok is at IE Sports. Now, I still have not figured out TikTok.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
everything is at IE Sports. Yeah, we will not be doing dance challenges. We won't be doing that.
Yeah.
But, I just realized, man, we had the founder of Raising Cane's on.
Yes.
We had the chance. We should ask them what's in that sauce.
They look. Oh, you know what?
The best sauce. I'm going to Raising Cane's
Micah
today.
Bryant, I believe was her name.
Yes, Micah.
If I'm not mistaken, and she held that to the vest.
Yes.
She would not. I mean, she wouldn't even say like we put a little Larry seasoning salt in there.
Yes.
Nothing.
That is a secret.
Yeah. That sauce is a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even because look, I'm not a chicken connoisseur. But I'll go. It was funny because people were like, "Well, Eddie, what are you doing at Raising Cane's?" I said, first thing first, mind your business.
Okay.
Number one. But second thing,
it's that toast.
That toast and them fries, and what I do with them fries, I just dip them in that sauce.
That sauce is a dig. And true story, I remember the first time when we went to Raising Cane's was the Riverside opening. So, and you know me, I eat chicken, but not on the bone.
Right.
So that's why I love Raising Cane's so much. Everything is chicken fingers. So when I go there the first time, it was a shock to me. And I ordered my chicken, ordered my thing, and I say, hey, can I get some barbecue sauce? They said, we don't have barbecue sauce. We have cane sauce. And I was a little nervous, but my goodness, when I first ate it, and that was a time the Riverside Rams had us go, and my kids didn't want to go,
Right.
But I tell you, when they said it, I know when my kids love something,
right?
They didn't say a word,
right?
Didn't complain, didn't argue, and that from that day forward, it's been nothing. When my daughter, when we did the graduation ceremony they had at Cal State San Bernardino. Where did we go afterwards to celebrate? We went to Raising Cane's, the one in San Bernardino. Wow. That's where my daughter wanted to eat. And that's why I was telling Todd, send her a shout out. My daughter loves Raising Cane's.
Well, he said he's going to do something better. He's going to send us some baskets. So, I mean, hey, I'm fine.
And I was letting Crystal know we're going to send her that custom jersey.
Yeah.
And then she said she'll work to let us know where we should send Mr. Gray. So we'll send his. But he's got to see that jersey.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Amazing.
Yeah, we got to do that. And even if we just hit him with a picture, you and I holding it up or something, that'll be the truth. That'll be a big deal. So again, thank you to a couple of folks that called in today. Again, Supervisor Janice Rutherford, County of San Bernardino, did some really great things. We want to make sure we give a shout out to them. As you mentioned, Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
The Raising Cane's.
Hey, there it is right there.
There's one in Fontana. There's one in Upland. There's one in Ontario by the Mills. There's one in Riverside. Should I go on?
No, right. And then also the good folks over at the Boys and Girls Clubs of the greater Redlands and Riverside doing some really special things. And like I said, Coach B and I, we make sure, again, we put our money where our mouth is. We donate. A lot of times folks are like, hey, you guys are asking us to do something, which I did. So we want to make sure that, we let, hey, look, y'all got to take your lumps.
Right.
Go out there, we got to support the community. It's going to be a group thing. Again, one of the things what I like to see is that hashtag in this together.
Right.
Because that's what we are. I mean, again, this is affecting everybody from whatever community you're in. It doesn't matter if you're affluent, or if you're in a more impoverished community. Again, everybody's been affected. Obviously, the effects are a lot different based on your community, but everybody's being affected by this. So again, we want to make sure we let everybody know. We're in this together, and again, for our first couple of weeks, we just want to make sure that we came out and we were just vessels of information. Because a lot of people, as you mentioned, Coach B, turn on the news, you see Gavin on there, and again,
well, Gavin's the state, so I don't have a problem with that.
I'm about to say we love Gavin,
yeah,
but then we get to all this LA stuff, and we don't know. We're like, well, wait a minute, that's way out that way,
right?
And we're right here.
And I swear to you, every day when they speak in LA, the mayor and the supervisor, they're on channel 2, 4,
they lock it up.
5, 7, 9, and 11. Channel 13 was the only channel I could watch. And I'm glad that they're doing great things. But I want to know, and we have to get someone in that represents Riverside County.
Oh yeah, we're next week. Again, we wanted to make sure we did our facilitation for. Again, I take my hat off to the largest county.
Yes,
in all these United States,
and I live in the largest city in that county. The city of Fontana. My mayor Aquanetta Warren told me that Fontana.
You wait till I find them crickets.
It's going to be the largest county. And she said it should have been 2010 that we should have been the largest county.
They're going to crickets.
So Mayor Aquanetta is a supporter.
No doubt.
So Mayor Warren called in last week, and then we had Supervisor Janice Rutherford call in this week, and those are, and I knew them both. Like I said, I bought my house in 2005 in Fontana. And they were both on city council at the time. And they've gone on and done some great things in both of their respective positions. The heights that Fontana has reached under Mayor Warren's leadership has been amazing. And Janice Rutherford is doing some amazing things. So great things coming out of that great city of Fontana.
There it is right there. And again, thank you guys for taking that trip with us. Again, quick shout out. I got to give a shout out, man. We unfortunately earlier this week we lost our grandmother, man. But I want to make sure I give a big shout out to the fam. We responded accordingly. Big shout out to my grandfather who's doing great. Just really show some great leadership, and I want to make sure I take my cap off and show some love to the fam out there. Coach B?
My condolences to you and your family. And I want to, while I have a moment, I didn't think about this, to Brian Stephen Arrington II.
Yo.
That is my son.
Junior!
Yeah, that is my 18-year-old son that's taller than me. But, I just want to send some props out to him and his classmates, class of 2020. I know it's a rough time, son, but we will get through this. We will get past this, and we will celebrate this, and we will celebrate you in 2020. I know they're talking about maybe a virtual graduation, but, son, we will celebrate this. And we will honor your accomplishment. This is only the beginning. Like I told you when you were little, high school is step 1, college is step 2. So you ready to get out of here?
Let's do it, man.
Let's go ahead and do this. Thank you so much for listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B. I'm sorry, I was getting emotional.
And don't try. Eddie Turtle, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. We out. Thank you for listening.
Listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Score Sports. That's SCORESPORTS.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
You know, one thing that I love is my daughter and I just had Daddy and Daughter Day. And we went to Stonefire Grill. And I'll tell you right now, I love the tri-tip. And you were saying that you loved what?
I'll take the potatoes.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the absolute best. You know what that's got me thinking about?
I don't.
It's got me thinking about lunch.
Oh, wow.
Thinking about what to eat for dinner or lunch, you can't go wrong with a freshly prepared, simply delicious meal from Stonefire Grill. Bring home our fresh from scratch salad, pizza, pasta, signature tri-tip, oh my God, chicken and more.
Visit your neighborhood Stonefire Grill in Rancho Cucamonga in the Terra Vista Town Center on the corner of Haven Avenue and Foothill Boulevard, or skip the line and order ahead. Go to stonefiregrill.com for easy pickup and delivery options.
I tell you this, when we did the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame for 2 years in a row, they fed all of our people. And you know where me and my daughter went this past weekend?
Where'd you go?
Stonefire Grill.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Since 1952, ThinkWise Credit Union has served education professionals and families in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. ThinkWise gives back to the community with financial education and support to local schools and organizations. Join us today to experience a safe and comfortable alternative to banking that gives back. ThinkWise Credit Union. You'll feel good about what we can accomplish together. Visit our website at thinkwisecu.org. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender, qualified members only.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports.